nice segue onto the seller's side of this particular journey. So obviously, a seller will list their house with an estate agent. But when the seller does decide to put the house on the market, what's the very first step they should take?
We would always advise that they speak to a lawyer straight away, straight off the bat. If they start completing the paperwork that they need to complete, they start dealing with any issues that are likely to come up and arise during the transaction early on, that can save weeks in the process.
Okay, we've got some interesting stats there from 20 Convey actually on that point. This year, 20 Convey are reporting nationally that it takes estate agents 96 days to sell a property, that's at sale agreed stage, which I think is just over 13 weeks, my memory would serve me. And then once it gets to sale agreed, it's a further 118 days or 16 weeks, which is a heck of a time to actually get to legal completion. So you're saying it's important to get sellers instructing their estate agent and the conveyancer at the very same time. What paperwork does a seller have to fill in from a legal perspective?
So we would want sellers to fill out our terms and conditions so that they understood the instructions to which we were working on, so our retainer, so to speak. We would... the sellers would also have to complete information specific to their property, so what we call the protocol forms, property information form and the fixtures and fittings and contents forms. This gives the buyer information about the property and can be relied on sort of from a legal sense as well. So it's incredibly important that they fill those forms in and get any advice they need to from a lawyer whilst doing so. Fittings and contents form, as you can probably gather from the name, is about what they're going to leave at the property, what they're going to take with them. And then, of course, if it's leasehold, they'd have a leasehold information form to fill in as well.
So estate agents tell us that they always struggle to get clients to actually instruct a conveyancer at the very point that they're instructed because they want to wait until they find a buyer. So what you're saying is by completing those protocol forms, it's actually going to speed up that process. So effectively, the property becomes sale ready. Would that be fair?
Yes, absolutely. It means that conveyancers can sort of check the title for any legal issues, deal with anything straight off the bat, get names changed at the land registry, for example, deal with any boundary issues straight away so that when a buyer is found, the property is sale ready, contracts can be issued and everyone can move towards completion and getting people moving.